What's up, guys? This is part one of a mini series I'm doing of a garage build. What we're going to be putting in here is a 24 by 24 detached garage. The foundation is going to be a monolithic slab, so the footing and the slab is all going to be poured in one shot. I'm getting ready to start the excavation today. I'm going to dig out the footing. We're going down 3 feet from grade. I leveled this ground yesterday. It's still a little low on this end. It's about 5 inches low, but that's fine. We're just going to have our forms built up on this side a little bit. I staked out outside of our digging area so I can, repool lines and repaint lines as I need to. What I did first, I'll show you, is I went parallel with the house. So down there off of the house, I have two stakes. I basically measured 4 feet off at the front corner and then 4 feet off at the back corner, and then pulled this string all the way down, so that way the face of the garage is parallel with the side of the house. So after I gave my kids and niece and nephew all a ride on the excavator, I was able to get back to work and keep digging. You can see I got this side, and about half of that side. I just have the machine moved up. That back corner was about, I don't know, 6 inches low. So I built it up some. I used all the rocky stuff. You can see, there's a couple good layers of a modified and stone. I put that all here, and we just compacted it down. Make sure, Phil, maybe hit this strip right here a little bit, because this is on the edge of our dig. We'll hit this, and then I'm going to keep rocking and rolling. So we just finished up with our forms. We got all of our kickers in place. We had strings set up that we were following, as we went, to make sure everything stayed good. And I just went around with the laser level to make sure everything was at the same height. We checked the measurements to make sure it's square. We measured diagonally, and then we measured, 6, 8, and then 10, all the corners, make sure it was good to go. I would say the only thing we have issue, not really an issue, but less than ideal situation, is the little bit of over digging that we had. That was partially my fault, partially the soil conditions. It was really rocky. You could see the layers. The guy built this yard up quite a bit, and that stuff just crumbles. And then when I got down to the dirt, it was a lot of river rock. And I pulled out some pretty big rocks, because there's some spots that are really blown out a little bit here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this pile right here moved out, and then I'm going to go get some 3/4 clean stone, spread it in this area. I'll hit it with the tamperer over there, and then we will get down our plastic for the vapor barrier, and hopefully we'll have enough daylight left to also build the rebar grid. So we started getting our rebar grid laid out here. What we did was 2 foot on center. This is number 4 rebar. We're getting ready to tie it at all the joints, and then we'll put our sections on. We have pieces of rebar cut to 5 feet, so it'll overlap like 1.5 feet, and we'll do that on this side and then that back side, and then there'll be another stick running this way and this way, and then we'll put our hooks in. So we're going to get rocking and rolling. Okay, so this is our rebar bender. Basically this is what we're making. It's like a 6-inch hook, 36-inch length, and then the remainder is getting tied in to the grid over there. I'll show you how it works. The way this works out is, you know, you measure your 6 inches from the center of this, and that basically works out with the tip of the rebar being flush here. Go ahead, Phil, you can bend it. There you go. And then we're just flipping it around, lining it back in there, and I got a mark on the handle down there. And that's it. All right, we're basically all set, ready for concrete. We're ready for our inspection at this point. We're just waiting for him to get here. We got to add a couple more pieces. We're going to need 24 yards for this, and instead of getting a 3rd truck, we went and picked up 4 yards locally, so we're not hit with that big delivery fee and all that. We'll get these 4 put in. Come. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Coming over the back. Yeah, there you go. Keep poking it so it goes down underneath that tailgate. All right, 2nd truck just got here. We're getting the chutes on. I don't want to jinx it, but I don't think we're going to have quite enough. I think we're going to be a couple yards short. If we are, we're going to run over to our buddy Chris and get him to make us a yard or 2. Maybe we'll get lucky though, we'll see. So as expected, we were a little short. As you can see here, this is about 4 yards. We're gonna go hit up that guy Chris again, get another load in the dump truck and break that out. go. We got a full load in here. 4 yards. See you, Chris. Hopefully it don't spill out. So I didn't get any footage of us getting this 4 yards down because we wanted to hurry up and get it in. I was worried about a cold joint. This concrete was pretty wet, so it took a while before we were able to hit it with the trowel. So it is the next day. As you can see, I covered up our slab here. Last night the temperature dropped down to about 42 degrees. And from my understanding, and I don't do a ton of concrete, so I'm not an expert, but from my understanding, you know, as long as you're above 40, you're doing okay. They say below 40, the concrete actually starts to stall with the curing process, and you know, that's not good. So I put this tarp on there. It retains some heat. I just had my hand under here. Yeah, and it's pretty warm. I'm getting ready to uncover it, and I'm going to put some water on it, and then I'm going to cover it back up. Now I'm just going to say this: I don't expect our finish to be the greatest, particularly in this area. We had to go and pick up another small batch to finish off like a 10 by 10 section here, and that concrete, for whatever reason, it was cooler by the time we dumped it, but again, it was like in the 50s. It just bled and bled and bled water. We were out here till about 7 o'clock at night waiting for it to finish bleeding off, just so we could run the Fresno trowel on it. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be that great right here, but I'm not that worried about it. It's a garage. Like, I'm going to be running these machines in and out of here. There's going to be black scuff marks all over the floor, I'm sure, over time. You know, there might be like oil drips and things like that, so it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. But let me get this tarp off and see how it looks. All right, guys, so we got the forms pulled and we're getting ready to start our framing here. I'll just walk around the slab, show you. It's pretty good. We got a little bit of honeycombing. We didn't tap the boards. I forgot about that. We were juking it down, but we should have really tapped on the sides. It's not that big of a deal. Like I said, this is my property, so if I'm fine with it, I guess that's all that matters, right? We got a little bit here in the front, but again, this is actually, I'm end up going to do a ramp here for getting the machines in and out. I'm going to start off, it'll probably just be gravel, maybe some modified, something compacted. Maybe one day I'll do a concrete ramp, we'll see. Thanks for watching this one, and stay tuned for the next one. We're going to get the framing started.